Hey there. We've been doing this show on how to navigate retirement for the last 6 months. We've been doing it every week, and we thought this episode we'd take just a few minutes to share with you a little bit about who we are as people so you have a better understanding of where we're coming from when we talk about finances and give you some advice. I'm Brad Lineberger, certified financial planner.
And I'm Matt Callahan, certified financial planner, and this is Navigating Retirement. All right, Brad, so tell us a little bit about just Brad in general.
You got it. So raised in Southern California, my parents are both teachers, went to UCLA, graduated in 1999, and I always wanted to be a financial advisor. But when I interviewed for at the big firms, those wirehouse firms, it felt like a movie. It felt like a scene out of the movie Wall Street. Not Wolf of Wall Street, the Wall Street, which was Michael Douglas, Charlie Sheen. It's a good movie, but quotes like greed is good and money never sleeps. And these guys were showing up in three-piece suits and they probably had, Ferraris in the parking lot or something. Terrible. All I wanted to do was help people. So my best friend gets hired as a firefighter and says, you got to check this job out. So sure enough, I jumped in, I got really lucky and I got hired. I spent 11 years as a firefighter, serving the cities of Chula Vista and also Orange County. But I really wasn't passionate about firefighting. And my passion is to help people with their financial planning. So I've been doing this for about 20 years. I've been a financial planner for over 20 years, made the switch out of firefighting a long time ago, worked both jobs for many years, and now married to a wonderful wife, Vanessa. We've got 4 kids. We live in Carlsbad here in San Diego, and we're very active with kids sports and kids activities. And every now and then I'll get out in the water and go surfing at Cardiff Reef. But, just wanting to be a dad and a husband and do a good job here at work. Matt, how about you?
So a little different background than you. My dad was in the military, Air Force for 20 years. And so we moved around a lot, most notably overseas in Germany for a few years. Made our way over to New Mexico, where I spent most of my life. Went to the University of New Mexico, not to be confused with New Mexico State. Also, I guess rivalries with where we are now with the Aztecs.
Right.
So San Diego. So I live in Carlsbad, California now as well with my wife Gabby, and we have our new son Noah. He's grown up, figuring out how to be a good dad and a present father and all of the above, and be a good husband. But I started my career. Happened a lot sooner than most people think. Way back in middle school, I wanted to be a financial advisor, but not in the same sense of what you think a financial advisor is today. I didn't know what a financial advisor did at that point, but funny story for me is that I was good with money. I thought that, well, if I'm good with money, then I can help others be good with money too. And story that goes along with that is I had a geography book. This is probably why I'm not good at geography to this day. But I cut the inside of it to the shape of a dollar bill. And Dad, if you're watching, I'm sorry, but I got $10 a week for lunch, and I figured out a way that I could eat, well enough to get myself through the school day on $1 instead of the $2. And I would take that extra dollar and I'd put it in every week into that geography book, and then saved up and bought what I wanted to with my money, doing that along the way. So then made my way out to Southern California in 2020, just in time for COVID to be happening, but we pushed through and everything is good in that remark. But I was working at a law firm in college, thinking that that's the direction I wanted to go. Quickly found out I did not want to be a lawyer working at that firm. So I was getting a finance degree through the University of New Mexico. And one of the guys, the attorneys there, his dad worked at this firm, Northwestern Mutual. And so I again, naive, didn't know the real financial world. I said, just introduce me to your dad. I want to get a sense of what this really looks like. And went over there one day, got introduced, went through the process, and signed up for a 100% commission job in my early 20s. And I don't want to say I got bait and switched or anything, but I always wanted to be a financial planner, helping people, client-facing, and it turned more into a sales role, selling life insurance, which we can get into that another time of if life insurance makes sense. But ended up joining an investment firm selling mutual funds, but always had that passion to be a financial planner. And ironically enough, went back to Northwestern Mutual to a team that was doing financial planning, and they were all certified financial planners and still hyper attracted to that. Got my CFP, and now we're here. Been a financial planner for about 10 years in the business, been in the industry for about 13.
Yeah.
So
What I think so cool about you, Matt, is you really have that passion for learning, and you didn't just stop at your CFP. You kept going. It seems like every year you're pushing the envelope, trying to get better, learning more things.
well, good point. So in the early stages, selfishly, I have to admit that I got the CHFC designation because I was 22, 23 years old, barely fit in a suit, you know. I needed people to hopefully respect me. And so if I looked young, I wanted to at least present that I was knowledgeable and I could help them. So selfishly, I wanted to get these letters after my name so people would take me seriously, but advanced in the career. And now I want to study and get better. And although I have the quote unquote alphabet soup after my name now, it's not because I want all these letters. It's the more knowledge, the more that I can apply this, the better that I can help people and help them accomplish their
But
goals.
it's so true. There's not a week that goes by that you're not running around the office going, "Hey, check out this new strategy that I just read about or I learned about." And, I think it's a testament to your passion for learning and your passion. You really are passionate about financial planning.
Yeah, and it's evolved not only to helping clients, but we've got new faces in our office that
Yeah.
it's very rewarding to teach them financial planning and get them up to speed and to the standards that you've put in place.
Yeah, I mean, you're mentoring them, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as I mentioned before, I started doing this over 20 years ago, but the first few years I was working as a firefighter. So I would do 24-hour shifts at the fire service, and I'd get off and I'd throw my suit on, and the guys at the fire station said, "You're crazy." What? They all went off to go do fun stuff, and I went to work. And I did that for years and years. I worked both jobs for years, and I was part of teams and learned quite a bit in the beginning, and got my CFP like you did too. Um, and then founded Seaside Wealth Management in 2011 because I wanted to have a place. I saw enough of what I thought was wrong in the industry, the culture of commission and sales, the culture of just kind of signing people up and then ignoring them and not doing good financial planning work. And this firm was founded to be really a beacon of light in the community. One of our core values, we teach a lot of classes through the local junior college and at the libraries on how to help people retire. And we do that in the community. And that's a big part of our ethos is being involved in the community, giving back. And it's probably because I have a long line of educators, parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, a lot of teachers in my family, teachers and coaches. And so this firm really believes in that, and we give back and we try to help. So firm's been around since 2011, and we are full of a bunch of like-minded people who are really passionate about delivering good advice, delivering good service, and also the old-fashioned relationship.
Hmm.
Sitting down with people. Clients become friends here. Clients become part of the family. Having a cup of coffee during a meeting and just sitting down with a friend is really kind of a nice way to work. And our firm is founded on that. And we are constantly pushing the envelope to try and bring best practices and most updated tax laws and strategies to clients to really help improve their situation. Because at the core of it all, we're in this business. We want to help people. And that sounds so cliche, but it's so true. And I think we're both passionate about planning. And so we want to bring that passion to help improve the lives of our clients.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Is I really enjoy meeting with people and hearing their goals and values and what they're trying to accomplish, and then kind of taking all these puzzle pieces and then having the opportunity to present to them different options and then pros and cons, and really helping people think through to make their most amazing life come to life.
Yeah. So, Matt, I guess, what do you love the most about this industry?
It is the shock or the beauty on people's face when you get to tell them that you can retire or you're on track to retire when you want to, and that work is optional.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
It's that's part of it. It's so cliche, but I love to help people and I love to help them. I love the intersection of where people meet money, meaning, and because for a lot of people, I think money and finances is this really stressful thing. And it doesn't need to be, it shouldn't be. But unfortunately, in this country, I think we don't talk about money enough. We don't talk about faith. We don't talk, well, people do talk about politics now, but it used to be sort of that forbidden subject. People aren't talking about money enough or as much as they should. And so I get excited when I can watch people have that aha moment. Maybe it's around when they can retire, or maybe it's a strategy like the backdoor Roth or the mega backdoor Roth or tax-free capital gains, whatever it may be. I just really get excited. I think it's the teacher in me.
Mhm.
I spend a lot of time coaching my kids' sports teams. I love to coach, and I think that comes out here in the way that I work, and I love doing that.
Yeah, so with me too, it's about seeing their plan come to life, and that they've talked to us about wanting to do X, Y, and Z or this travel vacation. So
Right.
a lot of my clients out there, they know I ask for photos, and maybe some of them think I'm joking, but I really enjoy getting these photos to see, because we've talked about some of these things for years, and now they're coming to life, and just seeing that excitement pop up on their faces
It
is part
feels
of it.
good.
Yeah.
That feels so good. I love that.
Mm.
And, the other piece I think feels good and is really fun about this profession and the work that we get to do with our clients, it's like solving a puzzle. I mean, it's all pieces of the puzzle and figuring out how do we make this come together so that our clients can live the life that they want to, whatever that means to them. And then journeying with the clients and continuing to put those puzzle pieces together in the most optimal way to allow our clients to live the life that they envision.
And then ultimately getting to say, you can retire without the fear and confidently saying of running out of money. You will not run out of money if we can execute to this plan.
Well, and it's interesting too. I think that drives both of us because, in both of our backgrounds growing up for me, money, my dad was a teacher, was a single income earner. And so money was tight many times. And my parents are doing fine now, but there was many years where there were some lean years,
Hmm.
and that made an impact on me to where I really wanted to make sure that for my own life, I could be financially secure, but more importantly, I could help others to create that peace, that
Hmm.
sense of
Hmm.
peace. And one of the things that we strive for is to help people create peace around the issue of money and to help them get more out of life with their money too. And I think those are both driven from my background of money was tight for many years.
Right, right. But I mean, I love the story because, like you said, maybe it was tight back then, but because of doing some things now, they're okay now. It's like my parents, I have an inside joke, which is kind of true, but my parents, military family, not the most lavish, but now they go on vacation to plan their next vacation because they did prior proper planning along the way.
They really did. I
Mhm.
mean, your dad worked hard. He had two careers. They've saved. They've done all the right things. But it wasn't. It didn't feel that way as a kid. You were, going through the years of they were kind of grinding it out. But they're a great example. They've really modeled that for you, for everybody. That good planning can have great results.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that's fantastic. And I hope that helps the audience to just get a little bit more insight into who we are as people. And thanks for sharing that, Matt.
Yeah. Thank you.
And yeah, it's a joy to work with those that we get to work with. And I hope you found this helpful.
And that's the show. If you want to explore working with an advisor at Seaside, visit us at seasidewealth.com. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to give us a like and subscribe. And if you want to find past episodes, visit us at navigatingretirement.net. We'll see you on the next one.